today we're going to start with our greeting. Our greeting is going to be a new greeting today, and we're going to interactively model that. So can I have Clara stand up for us? Today's greeting is going to be like a handshake, but we're going to do a crisscross. So I would like you to watch Clara and then I would like you to make observations. Ready? Good morning, Clara. What did you notice? What did you hear or see? Kason.
Eye contact and
eye
gentle.
contact. And what?
Gentle.
Gentle. Hermione. So we said our names and we were gentle. Aria?
You had
Eye contact. Anybody notice anything about our bodies, Brayden?
You were careful.
I was careful. I'm going to have two friends notice or model it for you, and I want you to look at their hands and see if you can make an observation of that. August and Charlotte, will you model for us?
Good morning, August.
What did we notice about their hands?
Like this.
They cross. So everyone, let's try that. Let's make our X first. And so when you do it, you need to cross, and you're going to make sure that you then handshake. Let's remember eye contact and gentle bodies. Toes on the edge. Get your hands ready. Ready, begin.
Good morning, August. Good morning, Jason. Good morning,
Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Katie. Good morning.
Good morning, Casey.
Good morning, Abby.
Good morning, Casey.
What?
Good morning, Charlotte. Good morning, Alan. Good morning. Good morning, Good morning, Bija.
Show me with that giant hand. Nice job. I saw great eye contact. Who felt, show me with a thumbs up, that they prefer the two-handed handshake or the one hand? So if you prefer the two-hand, show me a thumb up. If you want to do our regular handshake, just put a thumb down. A lot of you liked the two hands. So let's move into our share today. Our share is going to be a little bit different. And for our share, I have these paint chips, and on the paint chips, there's little people. They have an emotion. Emotions are things that we feel. We've talked about them a lot. Sometimes we have big reactions, sometimes we have small reactions. But it's important that we know what the name of those emotions are, but it's also important that we can remember what it feels like to have that emotion. So we have scared, we have proud, we have confused, embarrassed, shy, excited, angry. So today, when you get your card,
It's alright.
remember that we're not going to blur it. As you get with your partner, and your partner is going to be someone with the same color. So this could be my partner. I'm going to meet with them and I'm going to tell you what feeling I have and a time when I felt that feeling. So I'm going to model this with a friend. Of what it should look like and sound like. Oliver and I are going to find each other. My person is mad. I was mad one time when I didn't get my way on the playground, and so then I yelled at my friends. What is your emotion?
I was scared when I was at bed by myself and then I got scared.
Thank you for sharing. Did anyone notice anything about that, Sharon? Charlotte?
You both shared it.
We both shared. We took turns, right? Good job. Yeah.
You're quiet and at the end you did a handshake.
At the end, we did the handshake. We were quiet when the other person was talking. Anything else?
You were yelling and you inside.
Inside voices. So let's talk about that volume and that tone. Did anyone notice how our bodies were during that time? Crisscross. We were sitting in our chit-chat partners. So are we ready to give this a try?
Yes.
I would like you to keep your card flat in front of you as I pass it out, and then I will tell you when to flip, okay? Remember, you're looking for a person with the same color. There might be more than one person with that color. But you are finding one person with the same color.
Yes.
And we have a lot extra, so if you don't find anyone with your color, come find me and I'll switch it out. Okay? Ready, flip?
Yeah.
Look at your person, figure out the emotion. Not yet, Kason, just wait a second. Giving some think time. It's important that we use that think time. So what's that person feeling? Think about your time when you felt that way. Thumb up when you're ready.
My person's feeling happy.
Wait, we're not sharing just yet.
Okay.
Thumb up when you're ready. Okay, now let's put our toes on the edge. You're going to find your chit-chat partner and take a seat. Go ahead. That's a different color. Keep looking. Perfect. What do you think that person's feeling?
Here.
You tell me. What do you think based on her face? She's very blush.
And I feel happy when
She's feeling shocked.
What?
Did you find something? Perfect. Take a seat. Yep, perfect. Take a seat. Look at you two match. Okay, take a seat. I'm going to sit together.
Okay.
And then let's see.
I felt scared.
Take a seat. You're going to be with me. Because we have a lot of good friends. Okay, sit here
I
with
felt
me.
scared.
Okay, what's the emotion? What do you think she's feeling?
I was
Look at her face.
I was nervous when
She's feeling proud. Okay, when have you felt her heart?
going out in front of a big crowd singing the song of Greece.
We get the chime in.
So it was off the course, so you know, like it was like, oh boy, like I flew and it's like.
Show me what that chime means. I heard some great shares. I heard a lot of people being honest. And that's how we really learn about each other's emotions and feelings. But we're going to do this one more time. So you notice that there was more than one person with the same color. Your job is to share with somebody else. And I'm going to give a little suggestion this time. I'd like you to take a look at my friends Christoph and Madeline. What do you notice about their bodies? Charlotte?
They're a little apart from each other.
They're a little apart, but what do we notice about their knees? How do we sit with our partners? Brayden, can you show me how we sit when we talk to a chit-chat partner? Awesome job. August, can you match your partner? That's how we show respect when we are sitting with a partner. So let's put our toes on the edge. Look at the person you just spoke with. Thank them for sharing.
Thank you.
And now find a person. Don't forget your card, Brayden.
What?
Your card.
Oh.
Find the other person with a matching color. I'll be with you. Because that color doesn't have to. Find the other person that has the matching color and find a chit-chat partner.
Oh, no.
You too? Perfect. Take a seat. Sit in chit-chat partners. Perfect. Chit-chat. I think Charlotte has lots.
When I was excited.
See?
I
Green. You already did that. Let's do this. You'll be with me. Here you go. Take a seat. Share about your emotion, what emotion it is, and how you feel. What is it?
No, it's my sister tried to play with my dog.
So why were you mad? Because somebody hurt you? I felt bad. Almost did it to me. Is there any other time you ever felt bad? Have you ever felt mad at school?
My emotions have been
That's kind of a hard question.
I got one.
Can you share that time with him? That can happen. Thank you for sharing. Please make sure you thank the person that you shared with and go back to the seat you were sitting in. I'll take this one. If I have not collected your card, will you please pass it over towards me? Thank you. Show me how we will sit on the rug for the next part of our morning meeting. We have two more parts. We have our group activity, which is usually our favorite, and then we have our message.
Oh, here.
Show me how our bodies will be. We'll move on when I see it from everyone. So for our group activity, I'm going to give you choice. Would you prefer to do our clothespin game or our I have, who has? So you're going to quietly vote with a finger. I have, clothespin is number 1. I have, who has is number 2. Show that to me now. I think that number 1 wins. Scholars, I need to make sure your body stays still. So before we start our clothespin game, I need to make sure that our bodies are ready to participate. That means that we are going to be respectful and mindful of each other. Can anyone else give me some reminders for this game? Go ahead.
No peeking.
No peeking, that's important.
No, yelling out and getting a big rack.
No yelling out and no big reactions. We're working on our impulse control. We're trying to really hold in our reactions. Anybody else have any reminders for us? Any other reminders? No? Remember, I want to remind you that you're going to need to stay on the rug for this. And once you see it, you go right back to the edge. Okay? Are you ready? So we're not going to turtle up too far out of your body. Just go right down so that there's no peeking. Sit up. Put your toes on the edge. Ready. Begin. Once you've seen it, you take a seat. Like a few people have seen it and they have not done big reactions. Great job.
Where is this?
Please move your body safely.
All the way. Why did they use
Everyone take a seat, except the person wearing the clothespin. Oliver did a very good job at hiding the clothespin. Nice job, bud.
I told that it was going to be on Kristoff.
So let's share what went well with that activity. What could we do better next time? Who can share what went well? Kason, what went well?
At the start, not giving a big reaction, but at the end, some people kind of gave out.
Okay, so at the end we started to lose our control of our voice. Yes, Gianna? There wasn't very many big reactions at ready for our message. Last part of our morning meeting before we start our day. So there's some parts that you can read yourself. I'm going to give you a quick think time to try and read some of the words, and then we'll read it as a group. Brayden, we're going to stand and start, please. There's some tricky words in here today, aren't there? Okay, let's start. Ready?
Good morning, Chris Tribe. Today is Wednesday.
Quiet hand if you think you could fill that in for us. Gianna, why don't you start? You can walk over that. Boys and girls, she recorded a W. What is the next letter? If you know, 1, 2, 3. E. Good. Go ahead. What's next?
N.
Not quite. What?
D.
I need everyone on the edge.
Web. When.
And then I'm going to take it from here.
D-A-Y.
N-E-S. And then what's our last chunk? I'm going to take a quiet hand.
D.
Casey.
D-A-Y.
What is it?
D-A-Y.
Casey, come on up. Hey, Brayden. Do you need to take a break then? Okay, let's read that whole sentence, then we'll move on in our message. Ready, everyone together?
Today is Wednesday. We made
Good job.
class rules to help you blank.
Okay, let me read that sentence. We made class rules to help us blank. Why did we make classroom rules at the beginning of the school year? Hermione, to help us what? That's our why we have rules. But what's the point of our rules, Brayden? I'm going to need you to take a break if we can't stay on the edge of the rug. Thank you. Clara? To be kind, to help us be kind. We could add that into that sentence. What's another one? Why are we at school?
To help the world.
To help the world. But why are we at school?
To learn.
What did you say, Abby?
To learn.
To learn. So I'm going to add that in. The whole point of our classroom rules is to help us learn. That is our job when we are at school. How are we doing at meeting them? What do you feel is your focus this week? So I added a few things up here for you to mark based on what we've been working on, what I have observed, what I have seen us struggle with. So are you going to work on being a leader this week? Are you going to work on respecting others when they speak? That's really that listening part, isn't it? Or are you going to be working on using my materials safely and respectfully? Cleaning up after yourself, cleaning up around the campus, leaving everything the way others would like it to be.
I'm going to do a check.
I have our daughters today.
Oh.
So if you remember how we do this part of our message, I'm going to need a quiet hand for a reminder. Brayden, how do we use our dots?
So like, if he has a dot and he was already done, he would give it to me and I'll stand up and pick the one that I want to do.
Okay, very good. So the dot is selecting what you would like to do. Gianna?
If someone's in front of me, don't cut in front.
So if someone's in front of you, we are not cutting. And go ahead.
You take one and pass.
You take one and pass. This is a quiet selection. When you know what you're going to select, you just stick your dot on. And you go right back to the edge. I'm going to start when everyone's body is ready. Waiting for a ready body. All right. There we go. Remember that first one is, are you working on being a leader? Are you working on respecting when others are speaking? Or are you working on using your materials safely? We're going to use walking feet. Do you have this? Thank you, friends, for moving back to the right smoothly. Those transitions are something we're working on. When you're done, you're sitting right back on the edge. And that wraps up our morning meeting. So we're going to move into Writer's Workshop and start our day. Most of us are feeling like we're going to be a leader this week. So let's see it and we'll talk about it at the end of the week.
We are going to start our morning meeting with our ball greeting. Good morning, Catalina.
Hi. Henry. That's how you say hi in Norwegian. Hola, William. Hi, Molly. What's up, Stephen? Yo, Dylan. Oi, mate, wait. Bennett.
How do you do?
Aloha, Juliet. Annyeonghaseyo, Wendy. Beckett.
Nice day, Theo. Guten Tag, Ollie. Salutations, Mackenzie. Hello, Serena.
Hello. Hello, Abraham.
Hello, how are you, Henry? Hello, Kate.
Good morning, Ollie. Hello, Ollie. Bonjour, Ollie?
Salutations, Mrs. Old.
Good morning, scholars. Our morning message for today. Dear scholars, today we will begin our monthly writing sample. We will use teamwork skills in math class. Sincerely, Miss Old. So in morning meeting yesterday, you told me what teamwork is. Who would like to remind me about what we feel teamwork means? Becca.
Teamwork is a sign of cooperation. When we cooperate, we help support everybody.
Excellent. So he made it to first base. Who can take his answer to second base? Kate?
Working together to accomplish a goal.
Teams have goals. We're going to play a special game next called 11s. Now, I'm going to explain the rules, and I'm going to need some students to show and model what this game looks like. What we're going to do, I'll take my volunteers in just a minute. Let me explain, and then I'll let you model. What we're going to do is we're going to ready, set, go, and you're going to show your team a 4, a 5, a 3, a 2, or a 1 with your fingers. You win the game if you can use teamwork to show the 11s. And you're going to keep going on your game until the time runs out. We want to see how many times you can use good teamwork skills to get 11 with your teammates. So when you're doing this, I hope you remember the skills we talked about yesterday in closing circle. We help our team. We use clear communication, we're kind, and we listen carefully to teammates. Some of you told me we have something really important our class especially needs to watch out for. Can anyone explain why we drew this symbol right here? Dylan, what was this?
Because when you boss people around, they feel like you're not letting them share their ideas.
Okay.
And
Well,
be open to other people's ideas.
very true. Being open to other people's ideas and not just having our own way. Dylan, would you like to pick a team and model for us the 11s game?
Julian, Stephen, and Henry.
All right, middle of the room. If you think they're doing a great job, I want you to give them a thumbs up.
Ready, set, go.
I want to see you modeling teamwork.
Ready, set, go.
If Clear communication?
So that's 3, 6, 9, 12. No, that's 12.
I hear clear words of advice.
3.
Thumbs up if they've got it right. Give me 2 claps if you're ready to try. All right, boys, you can find a seat. When I say go, I need you to get in a group of 3 or 4 students and start. Ready, set, go.
Wait, should we just sit down here? Ready? So that's 4. No. 5. Okay, this is 7 plus 2 equals 9 plus 2 equals 11. Yeah! Okay, guys, who wants to say ready, set, go? Okay. Ready, set, go. Wait, we did the same thing again. Wait, okay, we got the same number. Okay, ready, set, go. That's 6 plus 5 equals 11 plus 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yay! I'll do 4. Ready, set, go. Ready, set, go. Oh, yeah. I'll do 4. Set, go. 1, 2, 3, go! Oh, and then we try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay, what about?
I'll stop playing out. Okay, let's 1, 2, 3, go! 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'll do
accomplish your goal.
We planned it out with clear communication.
Perfect. What's another thing? Use clear communication. What else? That's it.
We worked together in trying to solve a problem, and we took turns actually trying to set this, like, for example, let's say Ollie says, maybe you can do 5, 5, and 1.
And it sounds like you all were listening to Oliver too, right?
Yeah.
Tracking him and listening carefully. All right, I can only call on 2 more people because morning meeting is almost done. Catalina.
We listened to each other and we didn't tell other people what to do.
We avoided that.
Tell only you do 5 and I will do 2 and yeah, we didn't do that.
Dylan.
Our team was listening carefully to others' ideas, and we thought maybe that'll work, and we tried it and it worked.
If your team showed good improvement in teamwork during our 11s game, give me a karate chop cheer. Great work! All right, it's the end of our day. We've used our teamwork skills in math class. We've done our writing sample. And we are ready for our final activity. All right, friends, we've been learning a lot about graphs, and I know prepping for our standardized tests, we use graphs as much as possible. Today, we're going to use this graph to analyze teamwork skills. I want you to figure out what shows great teamwork and what situations need to show improvement. I want someone to volunteer to model how to do this activity correctly. Who would like to show me how to use this graph to decide great teamwork, or do we need to figure out improvement? All right, Theo, come on over here. This is an idea for teamwork. that one of us came up with yesterday in closing circle. Where should that go? Could you read it out loud?
I will show kindness by helping someone if they need help.
So where does that belong?
I think it would go in great teamwork because if someone if like someone's sad or something, and you should really cheer them up.
Great teamwork, and he's putting it down neatly and carefully on the right part of the chart. Now I have turn work in right away. This is actually wrong. This is not great teamwork. As we prepare for standardized tests, raise your hand if you remember, what should we be doing before we finish our work? Juliet?
Checking.
Right, so Juliet, come on up. Can you model for us what we'll do with this one? It seemed good, but when we read it carefully, how do we rank this? Perfect. All right, friends, I am going to quietly come around the circle and quickly give you your sticky. You are going to place it where it belongs and then tiptoe back to your seat, just like Juliet. All right, friends, as soon as I see you, you may come up. Serena, you can stand up there, and Juliet, I'll give you yours last, but you can still participate. This is yours to hold for the end. So Bennett and Beckett, you can follow the model and go right up and decide where they belong. I love how quickly we're moving. Tomorrow in Closing Circle, we're going to analyze our chart and discuss our decisions of where we put our great teamwork examples and how we can show room for improvement. We've had such a busy day today. School is almost over, so it's time for us to get ready to go as soon as Henry and Serena finish our chart. I see a lot of great teamwork, and I'm looking forward to talking about this tomorrow. It is now time for us to go home. I don't know, but I've been told.
I don't know, but I've been told.
This school day is about to fall.
This school day is about to fall.
We worked and played our best all day.
We worked and played our best all day.
And now it's time for us to say.
And now it's time for us to say.
Sound off.
Goodbye.
Sound off.
School friends.
Bring it down now.
Goodbye, school friends.
Yesterday at a closing circle, we talked about emotions. Just really quickly, would someone remind the class what emotions are? Hudson.
They're strong feelings.
Yeah, strong feelings. And we talked about a famous psychologist came up with a general 6 strong feelings that you might experience during the day, during the week, the month, but throughout your life, you might experience one of these strong feelings. Can we recap? What are those strong feelings? What are those 6? And we added a 7th one. What are those 6 strong feelings? Jake?
Sadness, happiness, anger, surprise, fear, and disgust.
Yeah, so really quickly, just to warm up and just to see how you're feeling. Maybe some of you might be feeling one of these strong feelings right now. But we're going to play a Just Like Me activity. And if you remember, I'll say a feeling out loud, like I'll say happiness. And then if you have felt that, whether today or yesterday or during spring break, you can stand up and you'll say, just like me. Can someone model that for us? Let's have Taylor and Mina. I want you to model. So I'll say an emotion, I'll say a strong feeling, and if you agree with it, you'll stand up and model that just like me activity. Let's see, fear. All right, if you notice, what did they not do?
Stay.
Scarlett.
They weren't like, they didn't call out what they were fearing. Like,
Yeah. They didn't stand up, right? So what does that mean? Sophie?
That they weren't feeling fear.
Yeah, they haven't felt fear today or in the past week. Let's see, let's try happiness.
just like me.
All right. right, thank you, girls. So you see, if they connected with that strong feeling, they stood up right away and they said just like me. So we'll all try it together with either today, yesterday, or in the past week. Let's see, let's start with sadness.
Just like me.
All right, have a seat. Would someone like to share on that feeling about sadness? Why were you sad? What happened? Eileen.
I was sad that I couldn't swim in the pool because it was really, really cold. But like I could swim, but it was like cold, so
Would anyone else like to, with a strong voice, talk to us about sadness? Mina.
At my sleepover with Sasha and Avery, I missed my parents because I was with them all week.
Okay, so let's do another strong feeling. Let's do happiness. Just like me. Wow, I can see a difference between sadness and happiness. Most of us stood up. So can someone share with the class, when did you feel happy? Sasha.
Well, when I also had a sleepover with Nina and Avery, we got to watch 3 movies. We stayed up really late, and we built stilts and stood on them, and we practiced a lot on the stilts.
Let's do the next one, 3. Let's see how many people stand up. Anger. Just like me. All right. Someone who hasn't shared yet. Jake.
I was feeling angry because when I had hand, foot, and mouth that I couldn't go to the beach, Altadena Town and Country Club's Easter egg hunt, and the beach was at Jonathan Club, and I was also sad that I couldn't go to my baseball game.
Okay. How did that? But what did you feel when you were angry, or when you felt that strong feeling of anger? What did you feel inside? Was your body acting a certain way?
I lost my temper.
You lost your temper. Okay. Let's do 4. Surprise. So surprise.
Just like me.
All right. Let's see if we can have one student share. Max, when did you feel surprised in the past week?
I felt surprised when my dad, he gave me his old phone and he got a new one.
All right. And I'm going to do one more. I'm going to leave, let's do pain, because I know we have some students who had some spring break injuries. Let's do pain for our last one. Pain. Just like me. Hudson, would you like to share about your strong feeling of pain?
So when I was walking downstairs, I face planted and cut open my leg.
Yeah, wow, it looks like it's getting better right now. Yeah. From time to time, we're always going to have these strong feelings, and they change the way our body is behaving. But it's really important for us to practice self-control and know how to deal with these feelings. So this afternoon, before we go home, I was hoping to play Pass the Mask with you. And Pass the Math, we talked about it a little bit about it yesterday. It's when you put on one of these strong feelings, you pass it to your neighbor. Your neighbor mimics that strong feeling and then takes a feeling of their own on and passes it on to the next neighbor. And I'm hoping to go around the circle just to see how you're feeling right now. So for a moment, I want you to brainstorm, think about it in your head. What kind of emotion or strong feeling do you want to portray right now with your mask? You don't have to share it out loud. Give me a thumbs up when you're ready. What are you feeling right now, or what have you felt throughout the school day, throughout yesterday, coming back from spring break? What emotion do you want to put on right now? All right, and I'm hoping to have 2 students model. I'll model with Max, and then I'm hoping to have 2 students also model. All right, so pass the mask, you put on that emotion, and let's go ahead. What 2 things do we need to remember when we're playing Pass the Mask? Taylor.
Always when you're passing the mask, look at your neighbor so they can see.
Eye contact is very important, so your neighbor can see your emotion, you see your mask. What else is very important to remember? Jade?
Do the other person's mask after they're done, and make sure to watch the full thing and just do full thing.
That's very, very important. Did everyone hear that?
Yeah.
And Sasha?
Another thing that's important is self-control, because we need to be able to control ourselves to we're not, when we pass the mask, we're not doing like silly faces, we're doing strong feelings. So you really want to be able to show what you did, because if you just put on a silly face, people wouldn't exactly know what you were saying or what you were.
Yes. This activity allows you to have a little bit of fun, be dramatic, but also it works on your listening skills, your focusing skills, but also that really important piece, that self-control, right? Because you're going to get to be a little silly, but how do you control your body? How do you react to that? So Max and I'll go first. So Max, I'll give you my mask. You mimic my mask, and then I want you to pass on the mask to Sasha, and then you two will model it for us. Are you ready? Okay. Here we go. All right, I'll stop you right there. So if you notice, what did you notice that Max did really well? Mina?
That they weren't doing any silly faces. They were,
So if they weren't doing any silly faces, let's put it in a positive spin. What were they doing?
They were doing the normal faces that Jane told us what to do.
That show what?
And they showed to pass the mask, and Max looked at Sasha, and rather than just looking at everyone else, he looked at Sasha, and they were both quiet.
That's right. So I'm going to have Max and Sasha model that for us. Now we're going to really quickly observe what they did well, and then we'll all do it together. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. All right. Max, you start when you're ready. Okay. They modeled that for us. I'm going to include a third person just to see, and that's going to be Tyler, because we're going to go around in a circle. So we're going to model it for the third time, just to see that we all got it, that we all have it, right? The most important part is that eye contact, and then mimicking that mask, but then getting ready to pass your own mask. So, you ready, Max? Mm-hmm. Okay, you may start. Stop you right there. Now we just started this activity, so it's quite a little bit getting used to. But remember, you show the next person your emotion, right? You accept the emotion from your neighbor, that strong feeling, that mask, and then you pass on your own mask. So we're going to go all around and do it and see how it goes. Are you ready? Yep. Okay, get that emotion in your head. I'm going to give you 10 seconds though to think about that mask you want to put on, because that's kind of hard if you're put on the spot right away. So what mask are you going to put on? You're going to put on a mask of sadness, happiness, anger, surprise, fear, disgust, or painful. You have that visual in your head. Give me a thumbs up. All right, here we go. You ready, Max? Well done for our second time. Would anyone like to share out some of the emotions or some of the masks that they saw going around the circle? Sophie?
Sadness.
I saw sadness. Someone who hasn't shared much. Let's see. Hudson?
Anger.
I saw some anger. Eileen?
Some people doing happiness.
saw people doing happiness.
Is it okay for us to have these type of feelings?
Yes.
What's important about the ones? What do these strong feelings overtakes us? What's important that we remember? Let you think about that. Sophie, what do you think is important for us to remember?
That you don't have to hide your feelings.
I like that response. Who agrees with Sophie? You don't have to hide your feelings. What's one last thing? What's also important? And then we'll start in the end of the day. Hudson.
That it's okay to cry. You don't have to be tough.
It's okay to show you. All right. Well, thank you for participating in today's closing circle, and I hope you have a wonderful afternoon. And I can't wait to see you tomorrow.